Hello Shady Oaks members. This is a new session that we're starting this year. It's going to be called Scatter Shooting. Most of the time I'll be hosting it and I'll talk about various and different things that are going on around the club that I think you may find interesting. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the golf course and a little about golf shop operations and give you some statistics from last year I think you'll find interesting, and at the end give you a challenge to win a dozen balls. So stick with us to the end. This will take probably about 4 to 5 minutes. So first thing I want to share with you is some good news about the golf course. Starting in February, you'll notice that we'll be planting 25 large trees and about 10 smaller trees behind 13 green, behind 16 green, kind of over around 17 tee. And the idea behind those is to disguise the maintenance area back there and just to beautify that area. That's about a $220,000 project that the board approved, and so we're excited and we think that'll help a lot. Secondly, the other good news is that our golf course architects, OCM from Australia, will be back in February to finish the project basically. And what we're calling finish the project is there are 2 more bunkers to be built on number 10 fairway, 2 more bunkers to be built on number 9 fairway, and the short game area. To get you up to date, we originally had planned to do some work on the range, add some landing greens on the range, but with the size of the range and the way the members have received what we have out there now, we decided to just stick with the landing area's kind of old school look to it. So with that said, I always want to try to use this opportunity to encourage people to take the best care of their golf course. And so I have President Peebles here with us today, and one of our superintendent staff members, Chris. He's one of our assistant superintendents. He's been with us for almost a year now, and they're going to tell you about experiences and some of their own personal experiences they've had specifically with the bunkers and the raking of the bunkers on the golf course by the members. So if you don't mind, President Peebles.
I play golf about once a week these days, on a good week, twice a week. The point being, I'm not out here all the time, but every time I've been out here, I've observed extremely disappointing conditions in the bunkers. We're talking municipal course type conditions, and that is footprints that aren't raked, divots that aren't raked. Clearly someone's getting in and out of these bunkers and they're not paying attention to what they've left. Deep footprints on the side, not walking in on the low side. And it affects your play, it affects the ball, it affects basically your experience, because as you look around you see that members really don't care about taking care of the bunkers. And that is the definite impression I get. So Chris is here with us from the maintenance staff, and he had a recent experience too.
Yeah, so on Tuesday the 4th, the day before on Monday, we raked them. They're completely spotless. So then Tuesday we had play, and then Wednesday is when I had the experience of checking bunkers. We had, I think it was 35 rounds, so I figured it would be an easy, quick thing to do, but to my surprise there was footprints and animal tracks all over the place. A couple bunkers, like they were mainly in play, like the right side of 11 had 4 or 5 different sets of footprints and divots that I had to basically re-rake the entire bunker. There's a couple others. One on 6, somebody climbed up the face and pushed all the sand down, and didn't bother trying to fix it, which I'd be frustrated if I was a golfer coming behind that. But animal tracks you really can't do anything about, but there was multiple bunkers where somebody walked right past the rake and then left right past the rake and didn't even bother trying to do it. So
the bunkers are raked or touched up every single day by the staff, so whatever's there the next day was left by golfers pretty much. This story, again, just to reiterate, was that on Monday the bunkers were totally raked 100%. So whatever was left on Wednesday was from the Tuesday golfers of this week. And so we only had 35 golfers, as Chris said, and that was a good example.
We do allow dog walking, obviously at specified times, early and very late. You can see in our policies those times. If your dog goes into a bunker, you're responsible for raking it. There shouldn't be any animal footprints left behind.
If I might, I've known President Peebles for a long time, so I feel comfortable teasing him. I've been through, I don't know, maybe 20 presidents. Every one of them have their pet peeves. I think you know what Mr. President says here.
That's a pet peeve. So,
With that said, thank you guys. You're welcome to stay. I want to give a few more stats that are kind of friendly and fun here, I think.
please, let's hear 'em.
Yeah,
Right.
I want to hear it.
So first I'll start with the golf shop operation. Really proud of the fact that in the golf shop merchandise sales this year or last year, we did about $1.5 million in sales, retail sales, which is incredible. And to give you some reference, that's about 3 times the national average of a golf course with a similar type demographics. So that's incredible. We really appreciate your support. Your support of the retail operation goes a long way in helping us add additional staff and additional services. So thank you for your support. It's tremendous, and the club, and we're all very lucky that you all support us in such a way. And I thank the whole staff, Rebecca, obviously, for creating an atmosphere that's conducive to strong support. Last year, our tournament participation was an all-time high, and we're really looking forward to next year. The golf committee has made a strong commitment to add extreme quality to each event. As an example, the member guests, the half-day member guest, will add. We're going to add some evening functions to it for the wives and the families. And I'm really looking forward to the member in the fall. Houston Sullivan has agreed to be the host of that tournament, and has some big ideas. As you know, if you know Houston, it's going to be great. So we're really looking forward to that. So anyway, as I go forward, I think you'll find some of these stats interesting. People ask a lot about how much play we have. Well, last year, keep in mind, we did not permit guests for the first half of the year. We did a total of 19,138 rounds. So if we added guests, we probably would have done about 22,000 rounds. But so last year, the facts are 19,138 total rounds. From the one-stripe tees, we played 18%. So 18% of our play was from the one-stripe tees. 65% of our play was from the two-stripe tees. 9% of our play from the three-stripe tees, and 7% from the four stripes. And then 1%, we added a combo set of tees that's not on the scorecard yet, but it will be on the next scorecard we have. So we had 1% of our play from the combo tees, which is a combination of using most of the back tees and the two-stripe tees. For the guys like James that don't want to quite graduate to the two stripes all the time.
No, I'm a two-stripe guy.
So, but those combo tees will be reflected on the new scorecards. 75% of our play was 18 holes. So when we count play, it's 9 holes and 18 holes, and 25% was 9 holes. We played 3,500 rounds of guests this year in the fall. 2,000 rounds on the golf course were walkers. 750 rounds by juniors, which is quite up, and it's terrific. You know, I don't know this for a fact, but I've been told something like the last 100 members to join Shady Oaks, the average age has been about 41 or 2, which means we have a lot more kids, and I'm so proud of the junior program, the way it's growing, and our staff is leading that. So 750 rounds of junior golf doesn't sound like much, but in the past years it might have been less than 100, so we're thrilled with that. The Little Nine did 2,400 rounds, so that's even up as well, and that's mostly due to the juniors as well. So the low score on the golf course so far, we've had 262 shot, and that was by Paul Bourgeon, who's one of our PGA Tour members, and by Trent Leon, who was an All-American at Oklahoma State.
Both from the back tees?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yep.
It's impressive.
That's
Yeah.
playing.
So, okay, so I have one last little tidbit of information for you. I'm going to ask you to, if you'd like to, come to the golf shop and guess how many range balls it takes for us to operate the range at Shady Oaks. How many total range balls do we have in inventory to operate the range, okay? For the first 5 people to come in and get within 200, you get a free dozen balls of your choice. Okay, so James guessed earlier 10,000. Chris?
I'm gonna go with 25,000.
25,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when we get our fifth person to get within 200, we'll tell everybody. Okay. So thank you all very much. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any ideas and anything you'd like for us to share in the future, please let us know. But we'll be doing this periodically, and we're excited because Josie, who runs this for us from the golf shop, our social media director, and I are working on a potential members-only podcast that we might be doing on a bi-weekly basis, that we would invite different members to come talk maybe a little bit about the history of the club or funny incidents, or talk about things going on in the golf industry and things going on at Shady Oaks. So we think that'll be a lot of fun as well. So we're trying to connect with you in as many different ways as possible. So thank you.
Thank you.